Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Q&A. Before we start the Q&A, I just want to talk about two really relevant things. Well, particularly relevant if you're living in the UK right now. So the first thing is we're about to experience another heat wave this coming weekend, and I've had quite a few questions about what to do in the hot weather in terms of exercise. Now, there is no it is too hot to exercise rule of thumb, not at all. So you can still exercise. Yeah, it feels a bit harder, it feels a bit sticky, it feels a bit uncomfortable. So my top tips would be to do it first thing in the morning. Just get up early, even if you're not a morning person, and just get it done because you will feel so good. And that way, also, your workout isn't hanging over you, it's just done, and you feel energized, ready for the day, and it's not too hot in the morning. Have a fan, have a cold flannel, even in like a bowl of ice that you can just put on your face. Wear minimal clothing. Hey, online, no one's going to see. It's totally fine. If you want to do it in your borrowed pants, great. That's absolutely fine. Reduce the effort, reduce the intensity if you need to. And do you know what? If you've planned a HIIT workout, you've planned a strength workout, a combat and aerobics, and it's really hot, and you're just not feeling 100%, you don't have to do that workout. You can switch to another workout, or you can dial back the intensity, or you can do a shorter workout, head to the bolt-on area. So there's loads of different options, but keep your body moving and just be sensible with it. And of course, it goes without saying, stay hydrated, please keep fueling your body. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I know, particularly if you're a mum, it's the end of term. Things are really busy. And this is where, even if you're not a mum, even just this time of year, holiday season, we tend to let our normal routines slip. Now, it's okay to have something a bit different to normal. That's okay. Like, life doesn't have to be totally regimented all the time. But what is important is you have a new routine for the summer to carry you through the summer. Because the last thing we want to do is go into September feeling like your fitness is completely out of whack, you're off the wagon, you're feeling really rubbish in yourself, your fitness levels are plummeted, you've not got the muscular tone you had earlier on in the year because you've not been doing anything or not being consistent. Here's what I would do. Shorter, sharper workouts. Do it first thing in the morning, again, before anyone gets up, before anybody needs you. I always find that as soon as probably about, I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock hits, my phone goes crazy. Like it just goes absolutely mental. So if I'm gonna do something, the best thing to do it in the morning. Or just put your phone do not disturb. But that's my best tip. Just do it in the morning. 10 minutes is, oh my gosh, it's brilliant. It doesn't have to be a 20, 30 minute workout. Just get up, do something because it feels so good. And those 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever you do, they all add up. They all add up over the week. It doesn't matter how you spread it out, it will all add up. So 100% do it and do it for you. And allow yourself a range target. So on an ideal, normal term week or a normal month for you, let's say that you like to do 4 or 5 workouts a week. Okay, great. In the holidays, that's not going to be possible. So what are we going to do? We're going to aim for absolute minimum 2 workouts, 3 workouts, and we're going to try and get some steps in there as well. Have that non-negotiable minimum in your mind. Okay, what's my absolute non-negotiable? I'm going to get it done, even if I'm doing a power walking class at midnight. Like this is going to happen. What's your non-negotiable? And you've got to keep that promise to yourself. Don't forget, you are the most important person to keep promises to. You build that relationship with yourself. If you promise yourself you're going to turn up for the 6 a.m. or the 6:30 and you don't turn up, you've just done yourself a massive disservice. You promised yourself you'd be there and you didn't even show up for you. So it's really important to, if you promise yourself, yeah, it might not feel like it, show up anyway, and then you can be proud of yourself and build that relationship with yourself that when you actually tell yourself, right, I'm going to do X, you believe you're going to do it. So you make promises that you can keep. And it's so important to do that in life with anything. So if you haven't been doing that, that's okay. We're going to start now. Okay, that's just two little things I thought were quite important that I need to talk about for this time of year for anyone who's listening. And if you do need that extra accountability going into summer, we've got the Busy Mums online summer boot camps coming up. 7 days per boot camp, a different focus each week, accountability, coaching, motivation, short, sharp, effective workouts, all in a WhatsApp group. No fluff, really simple, so easy. Get yourself on there. It's an absolute no-brainer. Just message me boot camp. I'll know exactly what to do. I'll send you the information. Okay, squaddies, let's go into the Q&A. Oh, before we do, we need to name our mascot. Mascot's arrived with its passport. Do you want to see it? If you're listening on the podcast, you're not going to be able to see this, but basically we've got a mascot and it's got a passport. So he just needs a name. So I put a poll on the Facebook group. So I'll confirm name of said mascot in the Friday email gang. Also, yes, you can now book the mascot out. We've made a button on the website so you can do it and have a little look at the calendar. It's going to be a bit of fun. Anyway, let's go into the Q&A. All right, everyone. We're going to start with some fat loss and nutrition myths. So question number one is about love handles. Have you got any love handle busting techniques? So love handles, it's the affectionate term for the body fat that we hold around our hip area. And yeah, they can be stubborn. And I totally get it. We want to shift them, particularly if you find that you've hit that perimenopause sort of stage going into postmenopause. As women, we tend to hold our body fat around that area, around our stomach, around our love handles, just because of a decline in estrogen. So our body tends to and prefers to hold body fat there instead of distributing it kind of around our thighs, our hips, etc. But the truth is, spot reduction isn't a thing. We can't choose an area on our body where we want to just lose fat. I want to lose fat on my legs, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run every day. No, doesn't work. I want to lose fat on my tummy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do crunches every day. No, doesn't work. It comes from an overall calorie deficit, i.e., calories out are greater than calories in, and you do that by manipulating your portion sizes. We don't do that by over exercising. You become a hamster on a wheel. You don't see the results from your workouts. We do it through manipulating our portion sizes. Now, what you can do is, it will come through overall calorie controlled diet, etc. You don't have to count calories. You can just literally reduce your portion size, what you're having now, but also exercising. So you will have that nice tone around your waist if you're doing things like Pilates. If you go onto On Demand and type obliques in, so your obliques, aka love handles, or I've even called some of them love handles. Type love handles or obliques into On Demand, loads of workouts come up. So if you focus on those things and have an overall well-rounded routine with your fitness, plus you're in a bit of a calorie deficit, you will absolutely get rid of the love handles. So I hope that helps. So yes, you can, but you can't just like choose that area, if you get what I mean. Another thing to think about as well is, track what you are eating and think about how you are standing. So they're just basic things. Stand tall, make sure you've got good posture. Pilates is great for that. And make sure you're focusing on whole foods. Try and manage your stress the best you can, and that'll reduce any kind of bloating too. And stay really hydrated. Okay, are chocolate peanuts an okay snack or very bad? Asking for a friend. Love a good snack question. Nothing is ever bad. There are no good or bad foods. I just want to point that out there, because as soon as we get into the whole labeling foods, it destroys our relationship with food. And there really is no such thing as good or bad. There is such thing as more nutrient dense and less nutrient dense for sure. So okay, does this food add any nutrients to my body? What is it adding? So you've got to think about what it's actually adding. So of course, like with peanuts, you've got some healthy fats in there, you've got some fiber, a little bit of protein, and then with the chocolate, a bit of, a bit of sugar. It's a bit of a less nutrient dense food, let's say. So what I would do is, it's kind of a bit more of a sweet, isn't it, really? So what I would do is really savor it. When you have it, just enjoy it. Choose your portion, aim for a small portion, handful. So instead of like going in with the handfuls, getting a big handful, just try a small portion, maybe like 20, 30 grams, and actually savor it, eat slow. Sometimes by having something like this, like with a bit of chocolate on, it does feel like a bit of a treat. It will help to keep cravings at bay, because you're not saying, oh, it's got chocolate on it, I can't have it, because that's not a thing. But it does help to keep cravings at bay, because you've had something a little bit sweet, but you've also had some like healthy fats, some protein in there as well. So I hope that answers the question. There's no such thing as good or bad. Creatine, how do you use this? I've heard it helps with muscle support, but it adds water weight. Should anyone be taking creatine, or is this just a supplement for the ultra fit? Now, creatine often gets a reputation for being just for bodybuilders or ultra fit gym goers or athletes, but actually, it's one of the most researched, most effective supplements there are out there. So what it does, it supports your muscles during times of high intensity or big efforts or big strength or power. And it also helps with muscle recovery as well. So for example, if you are somebody who's going through the perimenopause or menopause, this can give your muscles a little bit of an extra boost, if you like. Now, some people find that when they first take creatine, they get a bit of water retention inside the muscle cells. Now, this is temporary. And this is just for the first maybe couple of weeks, I don't know, roughly a couple of weeks when you take it, but it's temporary and your body will soon get used to it. It's not fat, it's just a little bit of water that your muscles are holding onto. But if you are doing things like strength training, intense workouts, yeah, it can be a really helpful addition. And also, more recently, they've found that it could be really, really beneficial for our cognitive health. So if you're going to take any supplements, I would say creatine is probably your number one. 100%. It helped with muscle recovery. It helped you feel stronger, more powerful when we're lifting, and it's got some potentially very good cognitive benefits as well. But if you're not sure, of course, always check with a medical professional. But yes, it's been very researched, and that water weight is just temporary. I find it hard to drink 2.5 litres of water a day, as it means I need to pee all the time, which is inconvenient when I'm traveling. It makes me wonder whether I really need so much. At what point are you drinking too much water and flushing out the good things? Oh, okay. So drinking water is really important, and 2.5 litres is a general guideline. It's not like a hard and fast rule because it really depends on your activity level. The more active you are, the more hydrated you'll need to be. The climate, as in, is it hot? The hotter it is, the more water you're going to need. It depends on your size. Generally speaking, the bigger person you are, the more water you need, and even the food that you eat, because yes, some food contains water. It's very hard to sort of quantify that. So I don't normally include that in the guidelines. But if you're finding that you go into the loo and every time you go to the loo, your pee is completely and utterly clear, I'd say you're very adequately hydrated. Drinking too much water can be harmful, but it's really, really quite rare unless you are literally chugging it all day. So what we want to do is we want to aim for a colour of pee that is a very, very, very light pale straw colour. And I would say just make sure you're sipping throughout the day. You can, it depends on how you want it. If you want to down a glass at a time, fair enough. But if you're finding that you're going to the toilet all the time, sipping it throughout the day is probably a little bit more effective and stop you running to the loo all the time. Now we're going to move on to workout planning and recovery. So I usually work out 6 days a week. I try to do 2 sessions a day. Is it better to keep doing that, or should I be resting muscles more and working out on alternate days maybe? I am really trying hard to lose some weight at the moment and feel as though I should be working hard to do so. Advice greatly received. Okay, so those who are listening to this, our workouts are 20 minutes long each. And if you follow the timetable, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the classes complement each other. So if you choose to do the first class, all of those classes complement each other. If you choose to do the second one, all of those complement each other. And if you do 1 and 2 both days, they also complement each other. Making the timetable every week is like, I don't even know, it is a project. It is a project, but it means that it takes the thinking out of it for everybody. So just a little bit of context. Now, you don't necessarily need to be resting your muscles more if you don't feel like you need to. So are you getting the results from the workouts that you want? Are you feeling any niggly twinges? Are you struggling to sleep at night? Are you feeling irritable? These are, those are signs of overtraining there. If you're not feeling that, there is no reason why you can't. And the way that we do the workouts, there's a really good balance of cardio strength and holistic across the week. And there's a reason for that. So some of those sessions will be more like active recovery. And you're having that one rest day a week, which is really good. And I would always definitely more than 100% recommend that, particularly if you are working out more. You could even try putting 2 rest days in a week. But if you want to lose weight, we do not work out harder to lose weight. That is big red flag. No, 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 no. If we want to lose weight, we manipulate that through our food, not our exercise. So gone are the days where everyone thought, right, if I want to lose weight, then I need to take up running or I need to do loads of cardio. You end up being a hamster on a wheel constantly and just absolutely burning yourself out and not enjoying exercise because you associate exercise with burning energy and burning calories. Whereas exercise is actually, it's there to make us feel amazing, those feel good endorphins. That dopamine boost, that serotonin boost, it is there to help us feel more clear in our minds. It is there to improve our muscular tone. And that is going to help our metabolism. It's also going to help to maintain and maybe improve our bone density. It's going to give us that toned, lean look. And it's going to make life a lot easier. And you'll have a better quality of life if you exercise. So, and of course, your heart health, your lung health, I could go on. That's why we exercise. We don't exercise to lose weight. So let's park that there and let's look at our food. If we're not losing weight, we're either eating in a calorie surplus, so we're gaining weight, or we're basically maintaining. So we need to reduce the portion sizes. So look at your food and reduce it by 20%, your portion sizes by 20%. So you don't need to do anything drastic, just eat a little bit less at each meal. A little bit. Notice I said that. What a lot of people do is think, oh my gosh, I need to cut down. I can't have carbohydrates. I can't do this. I can't do that. And it's not that either. Just take what you have, make some small tweaks if you need to. You know, if you aren't having enough fruit, veg, etc., of course, well, yeah, you need some of that. But just reduce your portion sizes. And then, you know, evaluate in a couple of weeks. Has my weight dropped? No. Okay, I need to do it again. Or has my weight dropped? Yes. Great. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Has my weight dropped drastically? Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I actually need to increase it a little bit because I don't want to drop it too fast. I don't want to lose any muscle mass. So that's what I would do. But listening to your body in terms of rest days, that's key. So if you're feeling mentally drained, you're feeling really tired, and I'm talking mentally drained from, you know, maybe from the exercise, not because your life's stressful and life's tiring. Can't help with that generally, but it's just a case of really, really tuning into your body. But nutrition, that's where your weight loss is going to come from. Staying motivated and mental wellness. How can I stay motivated in a week where everything's feeling a little off and I feel that I'm getting myself down because I'm not meeting my own expectations? Now, we all have those off weeks. So firstly, I would just say, one, it shows you're a human. And secondly, please be kind to yourself. Progress is certainly not linear and life just happens. We have motivational dips, things just happen, we get busy, we have weeks where loads of curveballs are thrown at us. So let's try shifting the focus to overall consistency, celebrating the small wins, like showing up, but also having a bit of a range target for when these weeks happen. So this is why you'll always hear me talking about have a range. So your ideal week, it might be you go to the live 6 o'clock class, or you do it on catch up, you know, whenever works for you. You do that every day. That might be your ideal week. Or it might be both of the classes, I don't know. So you have your ideal, and then you have your non-negotiable minimum. And this is for the weeks where you might be away. It's for the weeks where you feel like life's just a bit off, or you're struggling with motivation. Okay, well, what's that safety net non-negotiable? That promise that you make with yourself. What is it? It might be 3 15-minute sessions. You know you can easily do that. You know that is very doable, and that is the promise. That is your safety net that you are going to do. It's something very, very achievable. Now, anywhere in between there is great. So, of course, we're going to aim for our ideal, ideally. And if we don't quite hit it, it doesn't matter. It's above our non-negotiable minimum. And that is how you want to think about it. And that is your safety net when you have the weeks that are just completely off. And the best thing to do, if you find yourself caught up in a week where it's off and you haven't even had non-negotiable minimum and oh my goodness, I've not exercised for like 3 weeks. So draw a line. It doesn't matter. Don't think about what you have or haven't already done. Whatever. Past is in the past. Draw a line and think about what you're going to do now and move on from here. It's the only way to make progress, and it is the only way to move forwards. What are you going to do now? And then follow through with it. Okay, exercise whilst traveling and on the go. Right, here we go. How to keep up with a workout routine on the road when you haven't got access to any weights or access to a gym. Now, travel workouts can actually be surprisingly easy and effective. So you can do, if you want to do strength, I would personally pack a booty band and do our booty band classes. Or you can even do sessions like Sculpt, which is low impact, high intensity. But what Sculpt does have is a lot of things like push-ups, squats, lunges, etc., which all really, really work strength. You've also got Pilates, which is fantastic for core strength. So there's just a few go-to sessions that you could do. But if you want to work resistance, you could even fill up some water bottles and use those as hand weights. So you could do stronger with water bottles in the hotel room. But honestly, just staying active and doing, again, you know, you have your range target. If you have to drop a few workouts, say you do 3 20-minute sessions in the week while you're away, amazing. That's brilliant. As long as you've got enough space to roll out a mat, great. Pack a booty band with you, fill up some water bottles if you want to, and let's focus on booty band workouts, Sculpt, maybe some power walking for cardio, and then some yoga, Pilates, and choose your non-negotiable minimum. And don't forget, if you're in a new city, new place, like walking or just exploring is a great way to stay active too. So, you know, even the days maybe when you're not doing a workout, just get out there, go walking, go hiking even. Okay, and actually, team, I've got something coming up for you for the holidays as well, like a little plan. We have got a holiday area as well, don't forget that. I'm just going to answer this next question because it's really similar. Thinking ahead, do you have any tips about equipment doing classes on holiday? Okay, so very, very similar. You can take a yoga mat if you want, so like a compact yoga mat, or you can just roll out a towel or a couple of towels. Or if you don't want to go on the floor, you don't have to go on the floor. You could do standing classes. We've even got standing core and standing Pilates and all sorts. And I would, again, take a booty band with you 100%. And of course, take us with you. Take us with you. You don't need anything else. There's loads of workouts that you can do, 100%. So what I was going to say is I am going to make some travel plans for you. So of course, you've got access to everything when you're away anyway, or when you're on the road. You can access us wherever you are in the world. But what I'm going to do is going to make some plans for you so you can sign up. I'm going to do it by email, gang. I'm going to look at the logistics. So you can sign up to a plan and then it will send you a workout a day that you can do. I just need to look at the logistics for it. If I can't do it that way, I will just have a few different plans and sit them on the website in the holiday area. So I'll let you know, I'll keep you posted. But either way, I'm going to sort something else out as well. So you've got that there. Again, taking the thinking out of it. I haven't got a set of weights, but I'd like to try some strength classes. What do you suggest using to start with before potentially investing? So, before potentially investing, household items like filled water bottles, you can fill them with rice. Cans, like a heavy book that you can hold instead of a weight plate. Things like laundry detergent bottles. They're great. Or just get yourself a booty band. They're really affordable. If you go on the equipment guide on the website, have a little look at that. But I would 100% definitely invest in some equipment. If you were serious about improving your strength, then I would absolutely be investing. I'd get a barbell because you can go heavier in a safer way. And you'll get better results, and you can take the weight plates off and use them as hand weights as well. So if I was going to advise anything, I would just say get yourself a booty band and get yourself a barbell, or put a barbell on your birthday list or your Christmas list or something and get a booty band for now. If I need to substitute some of the kneeling poses in the classes, have you got any alternatives you can suggest? Yes. I mean, it depends on which moves you mean. Just so let me know which moves. But kneeling can be really tough for some people. So it could be due to knee pain, or it could be due to like flexibility as well. So you can do a lot of moves on a chair too, but it just depends on the exercise. For example, instead of a kneeling lunge, so when you're down on one knee, you can lift the back knee. If we're doing donkey kicks, so we're on all fours and we're doing donkey kicks, you could have your hands on the side of a surface and be lifting your leg like that. I'm just demonstrating right now. So you could be doing that, or on a sofa, hands on the sofa. You can also have like a thick towel underneath your knees, or a yoga blanket for a bit more padding. So it really, really depends on what the move is. So it'd be useful to know like what that move actually is. Loads of the workouts could be even done seated, like upper body strength. You could literally sit in a chair and do that. So you don't need to be necessarily kneeling. So if it's on the all fours thing, yep, you can have your hands on a surface. And even, for push-ups, if you just put your hands, say I'm on a tabletop here, put my hands wide, I can do an incline push-up here. Great. Or hands on a step, or maybe it depends if you want to put your knees, if you need to put your knees down. So probably hands on a surface would be better, or hands on a sofa. I hope that's useful, but yeah, let me know which moves. All right, team, I hope you enjoyed that today. Now, everyone, stay active, stay hydrated, as it's going to be really hot over the weekend. And most importantly, keep showing up for you. Sort out those range targets, and please let me know if this podcast has been useful as well. And if you want to join us for the Busy Mums online summer clubs, they are starting on the 28th. So we've got less than 3 weeks until they start. So do get involved. And I'll see you all soon. I'll see you in class tomorrow, everyone. Bye.